Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're about to start here. Yeah, let's just start right now. Good morning. Thank you for joining me on this journey. As you can see, I am getting moved into my house, making my background and enjoying life and being free. Um, Moving's really hard. My body and my mind is all messed up. I'm just really heavy right now, but you're here, we're live, and we're doing the best that we can, right? That's what we do in life. So thank you for joining me, whether you're waking up early in the morning, catching me at lunchtime, in the evening time when all of your work is finished and you're just chilling in your car, going to work, whatever you are, welcome, welcome. And thank you for coming today. Let's go ahead and get started on our journey in Proverbs. We are on day 89. That's crazy. Now we're still going. I encourage you to continue to persist to read your word every single day. Daily devotion is really important to furthering your relationship with Jesus Christ and knowing God and God more and stuff like that. So here we go. Proverbs 13, verses 17 through 18 in the ESV. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a wicked envoy brings healing. Poverty and disgrace come to him who ignores instruction, but whoever heeds reproof is honored. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward couple of verses because it goes back to themes that we talked about before. And we'll go ahead and say a wicked messenger falls in, oops, that one that happens. Falls into trouble. Faithful envoy brings healing. That's interesting usage of the language. Poverty and disgrace come to those who are um, who are his reproof is honored. All right, so starting with verse 17, a wicked messenger falls into trouble. Yeah, one of the things about being an actual messenger, and even back then, they would travel long distances to go ahead and give messages to people. And one of the things about living in that time is you don't have internet. You don't have, I don't even know if they had writing or books. I don't know. I don't know the situation, but the job of a messenger is to give information accurately, very specific and detailed. And you need to remember those things. So the people you're going to go talk about this stuff, you just need to be able to do that. And so, unfortunately, there are some people that forget, give misinformation. Yeah, this is the um, what is it called? Fake news. This is the back times version of fake news, and the fake news is those who just does not do what is right, and they end up giving information that maybe suits them or is very deceptive and everything like that. But what happens is, yeah, at first they may be able to kind of woo other people with the information they have, but once they find out that what they've heard is wrong, that is not a good thing. That's not a good look. And so definitely will fall into trouble in that matter. And that's also today's, I guess the modern day version is there's that one person who does this all the time. And the one person is those who gets the rumor and information from someplace else, but then ends up always rough it, by the way. Always ends up gives misinformation. I guess it would be fake news. Is someone like that? I keep on thinking of it's a girl. There's one girl that's just always in each other's businesses, and so those kind of people, they fall into trouble. But the person who actually gives good information and stuff like that, and that's the faithful envoy. The faithful envoy is a person that gives the good information so that other people can know what is actually going on in reality, and it makes everybody feel good knowing that they are receiving truth from other people, and that's what they want. People want to hear the truth. People want to hear what's really going on. People don't want to be, well, I want to say indoctrinated. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Misled. People don't want to be misled. They want to know what's going on so their next actions can be informed. So they want to have informed, um, want to make informed actions because the information they received is accurate and true. Okay. We don't want information that is political and has sort of a leaning, so they tend to distort the truth so that it fulfills a certain kind of idea that is not based. So we want information, and so out of the mouth of someone who is righteous, someone who is wise, it's life-giving and it brings healing. And hopefully you are that kind of person. Um, okay, anyways, verse 18. I really like this first part of this because it has a weird sentence structure. Poverty and disgrace come to who? To him who ignores instruction. Just the way they flip flop the subject and the results. Um, uh, is this uh it's in the passive verse. Anyways, we talked about this one before. Anyone who ignores instructions, bad things will happen. Basically, it's not for their lack of information or lack of knowledge. They just ignore it. They hear the words that are true and tried and tested or stuff like that, and they just decide that nope, nope, no, not at all. And what happens is that this causes people to distrust, to not like, to basically it destroys. It brings you into poverty, meaning you'll lose whether it's material wealth, it's relational wealth, or whatever kind of wealth that you have. You could lose this because of your ignoring of these instructions. And so it really takes honorable person and a person of humility to be able to receive instruction, because the second part of verse 18 is whoever heeds reproof. When someone calls you out, you're not like ignoring them or trying to make excuses. You kind of consider. That's what heeding mean. Consider, ponder, and really, really look into what is it that they are trying to tell you. And when you do that, it's honorable. It's honorable to do that. When your parents say you're doing wrong and they're able to say, oh, okay, and then I guess the best days for a parent is when their son listens to what they said about something they did, and they're like, "Oh," and they don't do it anymore. That's heeding instructions, and we honor that. And it took me a long time last night to help my son like do some work. So I found something that he could do, and I honored him. Although he was literally, I was trying to help him to organize books. He didn't want to do it. So I got them, hey, can you go ahead and take these boxes and cut them up? So I gave him a knife, he was like, yes. So he got a knife and he did it, but then he had to receive instructions by like, hey, don't walk around with a knife like that. You have to carry it carefully, any kind of knife. Well, what if the knife is sheathed? Well, you be careful by the way you use it, and don't walk around like that. Anyway, so he heard the instructions, but will he heed it? That is his things. But I don't want him to stick any of his siblings, being the oldest son, um, not to goof around with knives or anything like that. So, anyways, but yeah, the first the first one has to do with the first 17 has to do with what kind of messages are you giving to other people? Okay. When things come out of your mouth, what is coming out of your mouth? Is it true, positive, and encouraging, or is it deceptive, lies, and deceitful? Those are some things. And when it comes to um, instructions, when people try to instruct you about things, what kind of response do you have when people kind of call you out on the stuff that you do? Okay, because it is. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to. So, How do you are you gonna ignore it, or are you gonna ponder and consider it? Just note that if you ponder and consider it, that's the honorable, uh, mature thing to do. It's hurtful and stuff, but you know what? Especially when my wife calls me out for being a man. Yes, men do things that they do, and that's just a thing. Um, I guess I'll explain later. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you for joining me um in this journey. Um, hope you learned something, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I, I don't know. My wife kind of gets me when I do dad jokes. she, she used to laugh at me, but now she gives me that, "What are you doing, look?" Is that heeding instruction, getting reproof? I don't know. Even then, I won't be honored for it, and that I guess that's a disgraceful thing for me. Anyways, thanks for joining me. See you guys next time.